Okay. So a few weeks ago, there was the Nintendo Direct, and we got to see a little bit of extra footage for KH4. And while there's no release window, I'm not holding my breath to see it anytime soon. I don't think it's going to come out until the new Final Fantasy. And if that's going to be spring 2027, I don't think we're going to get KH4 till sometime in 2028, maybe not even till 2029. So let's say, okay, KH3 I think came out in January, like almost February. And I think KH1 ended up coming out around March. I want to say KH2 came out around the same. I feel like these are generally early month releases. Maybe I'm completely misremembering. So let's say late 2028, early 2029. At this point, aside from Quadratum, I don't think any world has been officially confirmed. There have been a couple hints here and there. So what I want to do, so before the game comes out, I want to make my official predictions. And I want to make that clear. It's not like when I did my Smash Brothers video the other day where I'm like, all right, if you gave me a roster, like you said, I get to mess with the roster, this is what I would do. These are the rules. It's just pure, let me rephrase that. This is not a wish list. These are actual predictions, at least when it comes to the worlds. Summons, this is going to be kind of a wish list. One of them in particular is I could see it happening, no idea if it will. Because it was like a week or so ago, I went on a walk, and I was just kind of thinking about Kingdom Hearts, and I was thinking about how many Disney worlds tend to show up per game. And I think when I did the math, it's a different amount in every game, but on average, usually about 8 to 9. Like, I think KH1, I didn't actually write these numbers down, I probably should have. I think KH1 was like 8 or 9. KH2 was like 10. I think this is just the Disney world. That's not counting things like Twilight Town, Traverse Town, The World That Never Was, Hollow Bastion. BBS, I think, has 7. I think KH3 has 8. Because I'm also including the 100 Acre Wood in these. Because the KH3 is pretty easy. It's 3, 2, and 2, which is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus the 100 Acre Wood is 8. Okay, now I'm going to do this. Okay, KH1... Wonderland. Okay, so you got that initial trio, which is Wonderland, Coliseum, Deep Jungle. Then you get to Agrabah, Monstro, Atlantica, Halloween Town. Neverland is 8. 9 because of the 100 Acre Wood. And then KH2. Again, you got that first trio. So that's... Why is my brain blanking? Land of Dragons, Beast Castle, Olympus Coliseum, Disney Castle, Timeless River? Like, do you count that's where I'm a little iffy. I'm like, do I count that as one world or I count them as 2? I think I can count those as just one, but I'll go ahead and throw in 100 Acre Wood. I'll throw in Space Paranoids as well. Atlantica, Port Royal, Agrabah, Pride Lands, Halloween Town. You still get 11, and that's counting Timeless River as part of Disney Castle and not as 2 separate. You get the idea. Each game has a different amount, but I think 8 or 9 is about the average. So I am going to try to do some predicting. I don't need Oblivion to do that. I just wanted to show off some of my Kingdom Hearts merch. I've got my games in the background. I don't know how well you can see it, but I also have this little Heartless, and I think he looks really neat. So my predictions. So... James Woods, I think, retweeted the trailer and had said something along the lines of, like, I've got some inside knowledge. Like, I think this is going to be one of the better games. Which is a pretty strong hint that Hades is going to be in the game. In addition to that, in both this trailer and the previous trailer, like the initial reveal, there was a shot of, like, Donald and Goofy walking in what seemed to be, like, some blue fire. Which looks like they're going to see Hades, and if Sora's dead but not quite, whatever his weird situation is, the idea that Donald and Goofy would go to see the Lord of the Underworld to try to find and save their friend makes a lot of sense. We've also seen Hercules in, I think, every game except for Dream Drop. So I would be kind of shocked if it didn't show up anyways. And with all these other factors, one of these slots is going to Hercules. Whether it is Olympus Coliseum, Olympus, just the underworld, to some degree we're going to get Hercules. Second world. So in this recent trailer, there was a Keyblade, and something that was pointed out to me is that the Keyblade had a very lava and water theme to it. And I've seen some people say that, oh, it's got to be Moana. I've heard some people say it's got to be Elemental from Pixar. And other people saying that could just be an original recipe Keyblade. And that, like, I mean, Oblivion doesn't have any worlds associated with it. So this one doesn't have to either. Who knows? But let's have fun. Let's assume it's from a world, or it hints to a world. Because I think, like, in the Nintendo Direct, it wasn't in there. And then in a different version of the trailer, it showed up. Which almost seemed, I don't know, maybe they were trying to hide it from one trailer and it got out anyways, who knows. But looking between those potential options of Elemental and Moana, I think it would be Moana. I could see Elemental. You know, you've got, here's a nice little transformation world, and I think that's fun. Elemental is a story about overcoming your differences to make a connection. So even though it's a romance, you could see it being about friendship and hearts. It's a very Kingdom Hearts-y kind of story. Moana is so freaking popular. Like, it got a sequel, last year, if not the year before. It has a live-action remake already coming out. Now we're in July, so I think it comes out this month. It's huge. And I look at, like, I think I had heard that Nomura had commented that, like, oh man, I really wish Moana had been out earlier so I could have added it in KH3, but I tried to I got myself on Oblivion. Alright, no playing around with the Keyblade for me. I ain't no Keyblade master. Apparently neither is Sora. Oh gosh, I'm that close to going on a rant. Anyways, I heard that was in an interview. I tried to find it, but I couldn't. So I can't really count that for sure. But what I can say is, as much as Elemental feels kind of Kingdom Hearts coded, so does Moana. It's a story about a girl raised on an island who wants to go explore the world beyond her borders and, like, builds a raft to go do so. Like, that's literally I almost said Sora, Donald, Goofy. That is like Sora, Riku, and Kairi in KH1. And I really love that idea of Sora meeting Moana and just seeing himself in her. I think that could be a really, I don't want to say emotional in the sense of, like, it's going to make me cry or anything, but I could see this being, like, a really impactful emotional story. And so I'm not a huge Moana guy. Like, I think the movie's, honestly, I think it's fine. But I think it's kind of perfect for Kingdom Hearts. And I hope to see it. And given how popular it is, and given this Keyblade as well, I think there's a really good chance we see it. So that's 2. Moving on to the next slot, I am going to go with 9, including a minigame world, because we get 100 Acre Wood in every game. And not technically every game, because it's not in Dream Drop, and it's not in BBS. But BBS still gives us a minigame world because it gives us Disney Town. And I think I want to have some fun here, because I think we're going to get a minigame world, and it's probably just going to be 100 Acre Wood again. But I'm getting a bit wish listy here. What if instead of the 100 Acre Wood, what if it was Muppets? Because I feel like I've done this before, and I made a prediction a few years ago about, here's some stuff I'd like to see in Kingdom Hearts. And I remember saying Muppet Minigame World, because that sounds so fun to me. I would absolutely love that. I'm not holding my breath. Let me try that again. I would expect 100 Acre Wood for the 4th time before expecting Adventures with Kermit. But the Rainbow Connection is such a good name for a Keyblade. Like, you could have a Keyblade as this nice rainbow color to it. It maybe even has, like, strings, like, here, so it almost kind of looks like Kermit's banjo. I think that would just be sweet. I think that would be lovely. So let's go for it. Number 4, Star Wars. 100%. I'm still surprised it wasn't in KH3, or at the very least there wasn't a fight with Vader. I would be shocked if we still didn't get a fight with Vader, if not a full-blown Star Wars world. I don't know what it would be if it would specifically be like, let's really focus on the Disney stuff and it's the sequels. Because if that's the case, you're not fighting Vader. And I think if you're doing a Star Wars world, you're gotta do a fight with Vader. So in that case, it would probably be Return of the Jedi. Maybe A New Hope. One thing I saw someone mention once is, what if they did a double visit like the way they did it in KH2, and the first time is something like Phantom Menace, maybe it's during the Clone Wars, and then the next time you go to that world, there's been this huge time jump, and now you're in Return of the Jedi, or I mean, maybe it's not Jedi specifically, but you're in the original trilogy, and now Sora has to fight Vader after befriending Anakin. I would love that. I think that would be awesome. I'd be so down for it. But, I mean, like, it's Star Wars. There's no way it's not gonna be in Kingdom Hearts, right? There's no way they're gonna deny a lightsaber keyblade in a fight with Vader again, right? Because there's always a chance with KH3. They just didn't have enough time to be able to get it in the game. Or maybe there was something a little weird with the negotiations. I would be genuinely gabberflasted if it wasn't in this game. So that's 4. Number 5 is, I think we're going to get another Pixar world. Maybe we get multiple. We got 2 Pixar worlds and a Remy cameo in the last game. I think, I mean, to be fair, we could get a minigame world and it's just cars. Oh my gosh, could you imagine Cars? Just saying it out loud, it sounds so cursed. But I think if we're getting a minigame world, or excuse me, a Pixar world, there's 2 that come to mind. I guess 2.5, because I could see Brave, but I think Inside Out would be a really good pick. That would be the one I want. I mean, they finally gave me Toy Story, so I'm happy. I would be ecstatic for Inside Out. Could you imagine having to fight Bing Bong's Heartless? Like, saying that out loud, like, I'm sorry, just the name Bing Bong is just inherently funny. But I was talking to Clay about it, and he was the one that brought that up. It's like, could you imagine them doing that? And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I feel my soul hurting at the concept. But we had to fight Baymax Heartless in KH3. This is a thing that could happen in Kingdom Hearts. I would not be shocked. But as much as I would rather it be Inside Out because of how much I love those movies, there's something that just, I don't know what it is, but I have this feeling if we get another Pixar world, it's going to be Coco. And I do think that could be really cool, especially if there's the whole Land of the Dead and like Sora's weird status. I don't think we're gonna do a whole thing where like the worlds are all themed around that. I mean, again, if we got the underworld, we kind of have it, but that's not really a thing in Moana, and I think Moana is going to happen. Excuse me. I mean, it's not. I mean, with Star Wars, like there's Force ghosts, but that's kind of the extent of it, and I definitely think Star Wars is happening. But something about Coco, just I have this feeling. If we get a Pixar world, and maybe we get 2, maybe we get Coco and Inside Out, and one of these others just off the list. I would honestly put money on Coco. Okay. So I've got 3 other modern Disney movies that I think we would see: Raya, Zootopia, and Encanto. Encanto, like, that was just like the most popular movie ever when it came out. And to me, that's kind of a big part of it. Like, it's a more recent movie, and KH3, I can't say KH3 was entirely modern movies, because there was, like, I mean, Toy Story came out a really freaking long time ago. And Monsters, Inc., even that's, 20 years old at this point? But it did have a and then, Hercules, of course. But there was a focus, again, aside from Hercules, on 3D animated films. And I don't know if that'll be the case here. I have one world that's definitely not, aside from Hercules, and again, Star Wars live action. But I feel like we're going to see a lot of modern movies. Encanto being as popular as it was, I could see it showing up. And with a bunch of super-powered characters, like, I think Luisa could be a really fun party member, just going unga bunga. until she loses her powers. They're like, okay, well, now we're down one less party member. Let's see how this goes. Which, granted, I mean, it's Kingdom Hearts stores doing the heavy lifting anyways. But I think that could be interesting. Raya, when I watched that movie, all I could think of was, man, this would, number one, I think this would be a great TV show. And number two, this would be great in Kingdom Hearts. This oncoming darkness. Every time I saw it, I just thought of Heartless. I think it almost kind of writes itself. I think you get a really cool world. You get an action-centered protagonist. What was the thing she was riding on? It was like the giant armadillo. That's probably going to be what the limit is. It's just like Sora and Raya like riding on the armadillo. I think it would be really, really cool. And I don't remember what like Sisu's ability was, but maybe she would become a summon afterwards. I could really see it. And again, you want to talk about like modern popular Disney films. Look at Zootopia. Like it got a sequel. I really hope we don't get Frozen 2. I did not care for that movie, and Arendelle was not a great world. But I could see Zootopia. Like, here's a really big city to explore. Here's one of your transformation worlds. I think it's kind of the only transformation world that really... I think in Coco, you're probably going to get a transformation in the Land of the Dead. Zootopia, you're definitely going to get one. You don't need one in Star Wars. I don't think you're getting one in Kanto either. I think Zootopia would be neat, and I could definitely see it happening. My last pick, I'm gonna be honest, this is mostly a wish list prediction for this last one. And there's some good wish list worlds for me. I would love to see Treasure Planet. I would love to see Atlantis. I would love to see a TV show, like Duckburg, I think would be perfect. Oh man, I want the Black Cauldron. I really, really want the Black Cauldron. But I was looking this up the other day. In KH1, there were a couple worlds they had planned that didn't make it into the game, but were in KH2. Disney Castle, Pride Lands. 3508 over 2 days. Don't even know if I said the title of that game right. They were gonna input a Pinocchio world, but they didn't. And then a few games later, in Dream Drop, we got Prankster's Paradise. Like, not just Monster, like a proper Pinocchio world. In KH2, I think specifically Final Mix, they were going to have Woody and Buzz be summons, but weren't able to get it. Then in KH3, we get a full world. Sorry, I was just checking my list to see like some of the other stuff I had noticed. My point is, Kingdom Hearts has had a habit. It doesn't always happen. We never got that Bahamut summon. But has had a habit of wanting to do like a world or add characters, not be able to do so, and then do it at a later date. And in Birth by Sleep, they were gonna add the Jungle Book. And the Jungle Book is one of my favorite Disney movies. It's in my top 5. I think it's specifically my 4th favorite. I freaking love this movie. And the fact that it wasn't just an idea, like they were actually working on it, and apparently there's areas you can access through like a debug menu or some shit. It was there. And come on. Please. You had it once. And just like with the Pinocchio world in 358, it took a few games, but then we got it. It's been a few games. Let me have it, please. Oh man, I want a Jungle Book world. I want to fight King Louie. I want to fight Shere Khan. I really want to fight Shere Khan. I think that could be sick as hell, man. I'm not holding my breath, but there is going to be an excited gasp when I see that world. So those are my world predictions. Like, I genuinely think Hercules and Moana are happening. A minigame world is going to happen. I'm crossing my fingers that it'll be Muppets. I would be shocked to not see Star Wars. I'd be shocked to not see a Pixar world. And while I would hope for Inside Out, I think Coco is really possible. And I think Encanto, Raya, and Zootopia are all pretty likely to happen. And then, I mean, come on, give me Jungle Book, please. So, moving on to just a couple other things really quick. Regarding summons, I think Bolt is a perfect summon. I don't think Bolt would really work as a world, but summon Bolt, Super Bark, That's cool. That's fun. Let's do it. And I talked about cars earlier. I really want Lightning McQueen as a summon. It's something I've joked about for years. Just, yeah, ka-chow, Sora! And then Sora's riding Lightning McQueen. You're just like doing donuts and spinning and shit. It sounds awesome! It sounds fun! I want to have this! I didn't write this down, but like I just brought up Sisu for, again, I don't even remember what her like ability was, but I don't know, maybe you could summon her after the Raya world. I would love to see Skellington, because I love Jack Skellington. He hasn't been in Kingdom Hearts since KH2, which, I mean, to be fair, they keep releasing Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2, so you still get him around. But Ariel got to be a summon in KH3. I think we could do something like that, and here's a character we've seen before, and keeping them in the game without having to do a world. Okay. Sora... I almost said Sora is in Kingdom Hearts, which, yeah, believe it or not, Sora's in Kingdom Hearts. Sora is in Smash Brothers. And there's that part of me that goes, Nintendo got to use Sora in Smash. Does that mean Square will get to use Nintendo in Kingdom Hearts? Because there is a Wreck-It Ralph world in Union Cross. And I specifically didn't bring up Wreck-It Ralph being in KH4 because it's a world that's already been used, which... Granted, I mean, you look at KH2, that doesn't stop some of those worlds from appearing again, or like Pirates at KH3. But I just kind of have, 100 Acre Wood, obviously. So there is a chance they could just do Grand Central Station again, and I would actually get to play it, and I would not be upset if that happened. But I don't know, I'm just like, it's already been used, I don't think I'm going to pick it. I'm going to guess, like, aside from Hercules, we're pretty much getting all new stuff. But... maybe it's not just like, all right, here's Grand Central Station and we get some cameos. Maybe we get something else. I'm like, okay, like, could we get a full Nintendo world? I mean, they showed it off in the Nintendo Direct. I don't know, maybe. And I thought to myself, this game is going to be on multiple consoles. I cannot see a reality in which I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 4 on the PlayStation and I get a Zelda world. That's just not happening. And I also can't see a situation where the Switch version gets a unique world. Maybe a unique Keyblade, because I know they did that with KH3. Maybe a unique summon. But I cannot see like a full unique world that is console exclusive. But a unique summon. And I mean, I've never played Mario RPG. But it was made by Square Enix. And I know how much Smash fans want to see Geno. I could see that. I could see Geno just straight up being a summon. And I think that would be super neat. It's just kind of a neat little nod to, like, Sora being in Smash. Now he gets a Nintendo summon without the idea of, holy shit, I'm playing a game on the PlayStation, I just summoned Mario. You get Mario adjacent, and I think it's to a way that would be like a fun nod and still be satisfying, while being something Nintendo could maybe feasibly do. And then for my last summon, because I don't have a Marvel world, is I don't know, I maybe Asgard or like something with Guardians, but the idea of it's just, hey, it's New York. I don't know, something about that just feels weird, and you're also like, so... who's New York? Is this like Spidey's New York? Is it more Iron Man? I mean, they exist in the same place, like maybe, but I don't know. It's just New York. I mean, how do I want to say this? Because I don't want to make it sound like New York sucks. It's just like, I want to get like a cool, unique place, not like a place I could go if I wanted to spend like whoever knows how much on a plane ticket right now. And even then, I'd be thinking, Disney, New York, Oliver and Company? Like, you can't really do New York because there's so many things that could have New York as a world. I think that's kind of what I mean. But a Marvel summon I could see, and I think if we get one, it would probably either be Tony or it'd be Spidey. I think Iron Man could be cool and it could be fun. I would want Spider-Man. I think that would be so freaking sick, man. Like, yo! I don't know. If there are version exclusive summons, like, okay, well, Sony gets Spider-Man, and, like, for PlayStation, and the Switch gets Gino. Like, I'm getting it on PlayStation! To be fair, I'm probably getting it on PlayStation anyways. But maybe not, because I can't get physical discs anymore, because of that news, I think, happened today. Oh, I really don't like that. Maybe I will get it on Switch now. That's what I have for summons. And then in terms of super bosses, I would love a Vader, like a Data Vader fight, but I think he's going to be a world boss, so it's not going to happen. I would love Bill Cipher as a super boss, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think if they're doing a Disney super boss, like shout out Julius. Okay, the Horned King would be pretty cool. I love me some Black Cauldron. But I think this would be a really cool way to represent Marvel. So I think that would either be I was trying to say fight with Thanos, and it was about to come out as fight with Thanos. But a fight with Thanos. Or a fight with Doctor Doom, given that Doomsday is the new, is going to be the new big Avengers movie. I mean, even still, like, Doctor Doom is a really well-known character. Like, I could see that happening. So there's a chance we could get one of those as a super boss, and I don't think that's super unlikely. It's maybe not hold your breath, but I think it could happen. And if we were to get a Final Fantasy super boss, like, shout out the Sephiroth fights that we didn't get in 3, I would love to fight Kefka. I think Gilgamesh would be really cool. Like, I could easily see Gilgamesh showing up and, like, wanting to get the Keyblade. And I think there is a Heartless Gilgamesh and a Heartless Kefka in one of the mobile... I think in Union Cross, but it might be a different one. I don't know. So that'd be cool. I would like it. I'm still waiting to fight Lightning. I think her time has come and gone. I don't think that fight's happening. I think Noctis is more likely because this is, like, a Nomura game. Maybe Clive. I don't think Nomura worked on 16. I think it was, I don't know, remember his name. Is it Yoshitaka? I think the guy that made 14 is the guy that made 16. So Noctis might be more likely. And that might still be cool. But I want to fight Lightning. Sorry, like, I knew the sentence in my head, and, like, do I want to say it or not? So I want to fight Lightning, and I want to ride Lightning. Because I want to ride Lightning McQueen. I think I should specify the one I want to ride. But the sentence was too funny to not say. But I think a Marvel super boss could definitely happen. A Final Fantasy one would probably be Noctis. I would prefer Lightning, but I think I mostly prefer Kefka, but I don't see that happening. But I mean, Final Fantasy VII being back in the spotlight. We can fight Sephiroth again, and yeah, I kind of miss doing that. I would not be upset if it was just him again. But that's that. Those are some of my predictions. As for the story, I don't know. And to be honest, after KH3, I don't know how much I care. But I'm looking forward to swinging one of these. I'm looking forward to hearing Moana music, I guess. Yeah, I think that's it. I'll see.